demand to have sex under your roof, or it's goodbye mama. What's a parent to do?
I think it's right to have sex in my home because my mother had sex when she was 15 years old.
You're not going to have sex in my house no more.
That is your mother. You respect her.
Crystal is crying out for attention from you. She wants you to set limits and boundaries.
You are 15 years old and you've had more men than I have. Next Ricki Lake.
It seems as though parents answer their children's difficult questions every day of the week. And sometimes these questions push the boundaries in hopes of changing the household rules.
Mom, can I watch a couple more hours of TV?
Did you finish your homework? Because you know you're only allowed to watch 1 hour a day.
I finished my homework.
All right, in this case, okay.
Mom, can I have a sleepover with Chrissy? She just got this great new Malibu Barbie, and we want to play beach party.
Well, you didn't finish your homework. Your room is a mess. So do that, then she can come over.
Mom, you know, Greg and I have been seeing a lot of each other lately. Well, and I really like him a lot. And I was thinking, would it be okay if you slept over in my room with me tonight? We are ready to have sex.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? I can't believe you're asking me that.
Wow, it's hard to imagine that a teen would have the courage to ask his or her parents to have sex in their house. Well, the teens on today's show aren't asking their parents for permission. They are here to demand it. They say they're old enough and mature enough to have sex in their house, and they are here to say, Mom, I'm 15, let me have sex in the house or I am gone. In their house, and actually, I can't imagine Marsha Brady asking permission. But the teens on today's show have told their parents that they are having sex in their homes, whether they are allowed to or not. My first guest, Kim, says her 14-year-old son, Melvin, has already been caught in the act in her house. Uh-oh. She says 14-year-old boys should be playing ball in the yard and not playing with girls in the bedroom. Melvin is here. We'll hear his side of things later. Mom, tell us what happened.
Well, one day I went to the mall, and when I came home, my brother told me he had a young lady in the house having sex. And when I asked him about it, he did not deny it, okay? He was like, well, I'm a boy, that's why I can do this in the house. Not in my house, you cannot do that, okay? But this is the attitude he had. And he did it with the wrong somebody, all right?
So you yourself didn't see the dirty deed?
No, I did not. Thank God I didn't. Because there wouldn't have been nothing nice at all. Nothing.
And you have 2 older daughters as well.
I do not allow them to have boyfriends. I do not allow them to have company. And he's no better than they are. And he is the baby.
So you're here to say what to your son?
Don't never try it again. And finish school. No, ain't no or. Because he's going to stay home and finish school.
Let's bring on Melvin. Melvin, come on out.
Yeah. No or. No way. You want to make it to the NBA. You want to be something, but you having sex in the house is no good idea to do. I mean, what can you do with a baby? Talk to me. Say something. You want to be...
It's mine.
How do you want to support? They're not supporting you. They're not going to get no 14-year-old no job. Isn't your goal is to make it to the NBA?
Yeah.
Well, how can you do it with a baby? Talk. You was talking when you was trying to make a baby.
Actually, Mom, I don't think he was doing that much talking when he was making the baby.
No.
Melvin, how? I mean, it seems to me your mom's pretty tough. She scares me a little bit. How do you have the audacity to have sex under her roof?
Easy.
How easy? Because you got away with it the first time and didn't get caught by me?
No, that ain't it.
Well, have you been doing it more than once?
It happened a couple of more times.
Did I know about them times?
No.
And I bet if you're going to do it in my house again?
If it come down to it.
And if it comes down to it, oh, you going to have sex in my house? Answer me. You in front of all these people because you know what I do to you. And your girlfriend. So you got to try to let Ricki Lake do it, everybody else know you won't have sex in my house no more.
And Melvin, I understand you have an interesting theory. You think that it's okay for boys, but it's not okay for your older sisters.
Yeah.
Now, aren't you, when you're doing it with a girl?
Yeah.
So what about that girl? If it's okay for you and not okay for the girls, how come it's okay for the girl you're doing it with?
She ain't my sister. I don't care nothing about her.
Now, that is not even nice to say.
But the truth of the matter is...
And Ricki, I found out last night he broke his virginity at the age of 9. He told me this in the hotel last night.
You lost your virginity at the age of 9?
I found out last night in the hotel, okay?
So, Mom, what does that make you think? I mean, obviously something's not being done right. I mean, are you teaching him about practicing safe sex?
Oh, very, very so. I'm on him daily, after day, okay? Believe me, when he's supposed to be at basketball practice, he's practicing something else.
Yes, what do you want to say, ma'am?
I just want to say, how old is the girl that he's doing sex with?
Doing sex with. How old is the girl?
15.
She's 18?
15.
15. An older woman. Melvin, are you really going to continue this practice under your mother's roof, knowing how she feels about it?
If it come down to it.
No, you're not going to have sex in my house no more. If it comes down to it, no, you ain't no coming down to the night in my house.
Do we believe Melvin or Mom?
You better believe mine. You better believe mine. Mine's the one you believe.
Yes, stand up, please.
I just wanted to know, where's the father in all this? Where's your father?
His father be with Pepsi-Cola working when he be sneaking. He has a father. They're with him every day.
And
what does his father think about it now that he's learning this information?
He didn't like it. He don't like it either. But then his father would say in another way, well, he's a boy and I'd rather for him to be at home than to get shot in somebody else's, which I don't agree with that.
I mean, what's the hurry? Why, all the time in the world? Shouldn't you, I mean, you say you want to be in the NBA. That's basketball, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You say you want to do that. You obviously want to get an education. You are in school currently, Melvin?
Yeah.
So how do you find the time?
It was during the summer, though.
It's during the summer. And so how do you sneak them in the house?
It ain't sneaking. It's just they be gone.
They're gone, and you feel like you got a couple of hours to spare, and you get down and do some talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Mom, over your dead body, is this going to happen
In
again?
my house again, yes. Not at 16, 19. Never there again.
So you're saying at no age, under your roof,
No
that's
way.
not acceptable?
No way. He got two sisters, 17, 18, finna graduate and want to be. Well, they can't do it. He can't do it. And they're not going to do it. They have that much respect for me and my house, and he's going to learn to give me the respect I deserve.
All right, coming up next, this 15-year-old says she wants to be allowed to have sex in her bedroom and not the backseat of a Chevy Blazer. Mom is here, and you'll never believe what she's going to tell her 15-year-old. You don't want to miss this. We'll be back.
Should the rules be different for boys versus girls and having sex in the house? Absolutely not. First of all, this is not the dark ages where boys can do anything they want regarding sex. Second of all, you'd be encouraging somebody else's daughter to break the rules. And third of all, it may be your room, but it's your parents' house, girl or boy.
You are 15 years old and you've had more men than I have, and I've been
I think it's perfectly acceptable for a child to have sex in the home as long as they're of a consenting age, because if your child has sex outside the home, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't have any control over it.
I got a 20-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son, and I let both of them have sex in my house because I think it's safe for them. Know where they are at all times.
Begging for a raise in allowance or asking for a later curfew, it seems as though teens are continually trying to push their parents to the limit. Meet 15-year-old Kistel. She is sexually active and wants to push her mother to change the rules in their house. She is here to deliver an ultimatum to Mom. Her mother, Ceola, is here, and we'll hear from her in just a moment. What's that ultimatum, Kistel?
If I can't have sex in the house, then I'm gone. Well, I can have sex in the house. Boo to you, too. Boo to you, too.
So you are 15. Where do you plan to go?
I got a cousin. I got a daddy.
So you have other options. Do you think Daddy's going to allow you to have sex under his roof?
Daddy don't care what I do. A father, he don't. Daddy don't care what I do.
But wouldn't you rather be with a parent that actually does care about what you do?
I believe she care or whatever, but like Home do set up on the screen. She should rather me do it in the house than doing it behind her back or doing it.
Why do you have to be doing it at all?
Because I started off at an early age, and then that's just what I like to do, and that's what I'm going to do.
No matter what your mother says, do you think she's doing this to punish you, or maybe she's doing it because she's concerned and wants the best for you?
She don't care about me having sex, she don't want it in her house. She know I have sex. She tried to stop it, but then she found out. She said, well, like my grandma wouldn't let her have sex, but my grandma couldn't stop her, so same thing with me. And like my grandma tell her, the things I'm doing to her, that's payback.
Are you ready to deliver the ultimatum to your mom?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's bring on Ceola. There obviously seems to be a lack of respect.
She has no respect. I got respect. I respect my mother. I ain't even trying to hear what she's talking about. I respect my child very much. Because this is a child, and she lives up under my roof, and until then, you do what I say or you get out.
Are you serious, Mom? Are you willing to
serious. Over this? This isn't the first time.
So you've actually caught her in the act before?
I haven't caught her having sex, but I've been having problems with her since she's been 13 years old.
Have you been having sex under her roof?
Have I ever? No, I have not.
You've never? And so you're willing to move out of your home. Are you in school right now?
No.
If you're so grown up...
the reason why I am not in school right now.
Kistel, what is that reason?
Me and my mother, we don't click like other mothers and daughters do, and I move from house to house, and so I fight, and there'll be many absences, so I would start back school January 16th. We click just fine. She just want to be the mother, and she want me to be the daughter. And when it gets a little too tough, then she'll run off. But she'll be back in 3 days, knocking on the door, Mama, can I come home? Not this time. You grown, you out there.
I mean, it seems to me, Mom, you are concerned about your daughter. You don't want her winding up pregnant.
I put it in God's hands, Ricki. I'm through. While she's out here trying to have sex, trying to make love to somebody, pick up a book, have sex with that.
But Mom, I'm concerned because I think Kistel is crying out for attention from you. She wants you to set limits and boundaries.
I got enough. She gives me enough attention. I got all the attention I want.
But what are you going to do with your life? You're not in school. You say you're going back January 16th.
Yeah.
But if you're picking fights with this one and that one...
I'm not picking fights. Fights are brought to me. And I'm not going to sit there and be punched by nobody.
Yes.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
I tell you what, when you move over to your father's house and everything, you might as well make it a profession, because I'm sure a lot of people like to see the freak show at your house, you know what I'm saying?
Show, so sit down and shut up.
Yes.
I got something to say for him. I just have to say, I don't know why you're trying to be an NBA or something, but you can't even, if you had a baby, you wouldn't even be able to support it, because I bet you your mama bought you those Superman underwear, and even though the cheap jobs you have at the supermarket collecting chump change from bank groceries, you wouldn't even be able to support it.
He's got his mother do buy ain't Superman.
Sorry, I know. You're long-winded. Sorry.
Now you will sit down, because what he wear ain't Superman. Thank you. Nice is at your mother's toe, baby. And it ain't very nice.
Who's this addressed to?
To the girls.
Kistel.
Have you and your mother ever had counseling?
Have we had counseling?
Yeah,
I have
she's had it.
counseling, but she haven't. I've had it though.
Is that a hickey on your neck?
Nah.
Did you do that under your parents' roof? Mama, are you really going to kick her out of the house over this?
If she can't go by my rules, she can go. I give her permission to go.
Are you going?
I'm going.
This is so sad to me.
It's sad, but that's how it's got to be.
There's got to be another way. We are going to have
The
Dr.
only
Judy on
way that
later.
she's got to learn with her attitude is if she get out there and she deal with reality, which she feels that there's no reality
Yeah,
out there.
but what can happen to her out there?
Oh, well.
Coming up next, this 15-year-old who lost her virginity at age 11 and brags about it. We'll see what Mom has to say about all this. Don't go away.
What's a parent to do if you don't want your kids to have sex in your house? Well, be the boss. Don't feel guilty if you broke your parents' rules when you were a kid. And be consistent. Don't be afraid to put your foot down out of fear of losing their love. Show your love with your discipline and your rules.
As a parent, I would never allow my kids to have sex in my house because I believe it's wrong.
I would allow my children to have sex in the house because I need to have that kind of relationship with them anyway. So I need to know what they're doing, and they need to be comfortable with me.
I think it's wrong to let kids have sex in the house. It's disrespectful, and it tends to lead from one thing to another.
Katrina. She says she lost her virginity at 11 and brags to her mother about her sexual conquests. She says she is forced to sneak her boyfriend into the house for late-night rendezvous because her mother won't give her permission to be sexually active at home. Katrina's very angry mom, Belinda, is backstage, and we'll meet her in just a moment. Katrina, so you've been having sex under your parents' roof?
Yes. I started when I was 11. My mom didn't find out until I was 13 years old. But I think it's right to have sex in my home because my mother had sex when she was 15 years old. She was married at 15. She was pregnant.
Uh-oh, here comes Mom.
I was married at 15, thank you. You don't...
An 11-year-old get away with bringing a boy into the house and you not even know it?
I did know it. I was gone. She was supposedly babies.
You're lying. You're lying. You let them spend the night with me. But you sit there and let my brother have sex in the house, but you say I can't? That's bull.
That's not true. That is a lie.
That is not a lie.
That is a lie.
We know it ain't.
But isn't there a double standard? Are you allowing your son to have sex in the house and not allowing your daughter?
No. I found out my son was having sex. He's got 2 girls supposedly pregnant, 13 years old.
Mom, you're lying because we was at the motel and you sit there and told a guy that the girls on the show, her father, you told him, you go, yeah, my son it's all right for my son to have sex, but I don't want my daughter to have sex.
No, that's
she can
not
get
what
pregnant.
I said.
You're lying.
That's not what I said. I said a woman needs to respect herself. I agree with a man doing it and not a woman.
Wait.
You don't respect your
Mom,
body.
you agree with him?
No.
You think it's okay for a man to do it, but it's not okay?
No.
What kind of double
That's
standard is
not,
that?
No. I said it's disrespect for a woman to do it.
It's disrespectful for anyone to do it.
Because a woman...
In your parents' house. They say no.
No,
Mom, can we admit that we're doing something wrong here?
Oh, I'm doing something wrong by allowing her to even be in my home.
I don't want to be in your home and you know that.
That's fine. Get out.
I will get out.
That's fine. Get out. Today.
But this is your teenage daughter. Do you want her living on the street?
I'm getting where I don't care.
I won't live on the street. I'll live in with... I don't care what you say.
Yes, ma'am.
At 11 years old, all of you should be playing with dolls and trucks.
Okay, what are you doing at 11?
That's right.
Playing with dolls and trucks.
Me too. That's where I am today. Where are you today?
I'm a 21-year-old woman, educated
You want to end, honey. That is your mother. You respect her. No matter what she asks from you. Your mother has been there. She knows. She wouldn't tell you that unless she knew.
Yeah, let's just talk for a moment, Katrina. You're living under her roof. Who pays the bills in your house?
She does.
So, don't you think that deserves some respect?
Why should she deserve respect when she don't give me no respect? I don't have to respect you.
Well, no, Mom, I think you do have to respect her. You got to give respect in order to get respect.
I try to respect her. She's hard to respect. When you talk to me, you call me a whore, a slut. Yeah.
Well, you are a whore. Katrina, all right. Katrina, maybe you don't respect your mother, but you got to respect me. You can't call anybody a whore on my show. Yes.
I'm doing it. This is a comment for the young fellow right there.
This is to Melvin.
Melvin, I don't think that you're having sex. I think you just learned how to use your equipment right now. So I hope that you're using protection.
Melvin, you are practicing safe sex.
Yeah.
Katrina, you are 15 years old. You should be fighting with your mother about your education, about where you're going to go to college, about grades, not about when you lost your virginity, and not about who you are sleeping with in your own bed. She pays the bills. You have to obey her rules.
Katrina, speaking of education, are you getting an education currently?
No, not right now. I can't get her to go to school. Mom, you have to admit, I was pregnant. That's why I had to quit school. She said...
Wait. What do you mean you can't get her to go to school? You're her mother.
I call the police. If I hit her, I get arrested. If I cuss her, I get arrested. If I force her to school, I would get arrested. The society in Missouri runs the children. We don't.
Yes, ma'am.
I have an 11-year-old sister, and I cannot imagine my sister losing her virginity at 11. What do you know about sex at 11 years old?
Depends who you've been around and what you... Well, you haven't been around it with me, young lady, so don't even try. Don't even try. I might not be around you, but you know, you need to go back out, come out of the olden days. It's 97. Shut your mouth. It's the 90s. You're 15 years old and you've had more men than I have, and I've been up there.
Belinda, is it true that this has put a strain on your marriage? You and your husband have split over like 6 times over this?
We've split up 6, 7 times. She tells my husband, the stepfather, get effed. I mean, just straight up. Listen, Katrina, go to your room. You're not my father. Go to hell. But I respect him a lot more than I respect you. But she respects her stepdad more than she does me.
I mean, there seems to be some major deep issues here. Maybe the issue is maybe she's crying out for attention, or she wants you to set these boundaries.
She's gonna get my attention, all right.
Mom, you know what? It's not just me. You hit me, and that's why I hit you back.
Hit you?
That's why I cussed you.
I should knock your teeth out.
You should hit me if you don't want to be hit back.
You better shut up.
You better get out of my face.
I should have knocked your teeth out.
Or what, Katrina? I mean, Katrina, are you threatening your mother?
Yeah? Thank you very much.
I gotta say, if I ever spoke to my mother the way you're speaking to her, I would never see the light of day again. Yes, sir.
Well, to start off with, you two at the end, y'all need some serious help. Counseling. Y'all need to talk to each other and work it out. But
before it's too late, because Katrina is going to wind up on the street. She's going to wind up pregnant again. And I mean, I'm really concerned for her safety. You got to, like, just you know, we're going to have Dr. Judy out later, so maybe she can give you some advice that can help you.
I have a question for the mothers. Would you provide somewhere else outside of your home for your kids to have sex?
No.
So the question isn't whether your kids are having sex in your house. The question is about your kids having sex at all. So you're saying that you're going to kick your kids out of your house because they're having sex?
I'm not saying I'm
kids are 15, 14 years old.
How old were you
I was 17.
And would you have been able to have sex under your parents' roof had you asked permission?
Not under my parents' roof, but I think if I talked to my parents, they probably would have provided a safe, area for me to have sex with my
His 15-year-old daughter having sex in his house. Don't go away.
If you're 14 and your parents say no sex in the house, should you do it anyway? No way. Sneaking around is not cool, and disrespecting your parents is certainly not cool. Well, you shouldn't be having sex at 14 anyway. What should you be doing under your parents' roof? Learning how to spread more love among the family.
One would come tell me she's pregnant. My boy would come and say you had 2 girls pregnant at 13, didn't know for sure.
And so you were going to kill yourself?
I wasn't going to raise no more kids.
Do you hate your big-breasted friend or family member who uses her chest to get attention? Do you think that if you had breasts as big as hers, then you would be able to get lots of men too? If so, you could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKY. You must be 18 or older to call.
What I would tell all you new parents out there that will let their kids have sex in the house is that you're teaching your kids to have babies without marriage.
For your kids to have respect for you, you have to teach them respect. And not let them have sex, in your house.
I don't want to know about them having sex in my house, but I'd rather have them doing it there than, in the backseat of a car and getting caught by the police.
Kids can have sex in their house. Please meet Glenn. Glenn says that he wants, get this, he wants his 15-year-old daughter Robbi to have sex in his house. He says that as long as he is home, his daughter can do whatever she wants in her room with her boyfriend. Robbi is waiting backstage, and we'll hear from her in just a moment. So, Dad, you're okay with all this?
Yeah, but where's all these boo cards? Come on, people, let's decide this. Look, Ricki, I haven't. Don't start booing me. I had my daughter. I haven't had no control over her because her mother had her.
Okay, so you didn't have custody of your daughter for a long time, but
That's
now
right.
you do.
Now I've taken her to Planned Parenthood. She's on the pill. I watch her take this pill every day. She's been sexually active before I got her. So, hey, this is the 90s. The kids, no, wait a minute.
So your theory is she's going to do it anyway. You'd rather be done under your roof.
She hasn't done it since I had her. I know this for a fact. I mean, I know her boyfriend. I know the boy's parents.
And when she does come to you and say, Dad, I'm ready to have sex with him, you're going to say, sure, go right ahead in your bedroom?
Well, no, because I'll say yes, but I know my daughter.
You're sick.
No, I'm not sick. Ricki, let me tell you something, Ricki. What's fixing to happen now? Okay? These ladies are going to kick their kids out on the streets.
I didn't say that.
Well, no, but you know what? What do you want? You want your son?
You give him permission to lay up with a man when you give him some damn pills.
No, I didn't.
You need to wake up.
I'm waking up.
You know what? I mean, what you're doing, ladies, is not working either. So maybe he has something.
Look here. Do you know where all the...
That's what your daughter's going to have.
Planned Parenthood. You had your talk. Planned Parenthood Federation of America. The statistics of this program. 1 out of 5 teenagers of the age of 15 and under are getting pregnant because nobody has any control over them and they're roaming the streets. Check it. It's in the books.
Mom, if you were feeding your daughter birth control pills, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant in the first place.
But if I was feeding her birth control pills, she would have not. She'll have AIDS. We do know that. But
now wait a minute. I've been on birth control before, and I can't tell. All right, I want to bring your daughter out here and hear what she has to say. Don't you? Debate going on here. What do you think about your dad's theory?
Well, Ricki, I think that I'm not ready yet, But when I feel ready, I feel I should have it in the house, and you know, that way I know I'm safe.
But you say you're not ready yet. You've been ready before.
Huh?
You've been having sex since you were like a young girl.
Yes, ma'am.
So you say you're not ready. Is it Dad's philosophy that's making you want to wait? Does it make you think more highly of yourself and that you're worth more?
Yes.
So maybe he has something.
Let me bring a point out, please. This young lady, I didn't even see her until she was 8 years old. Now, that's another story.
What you feel is best is allowing her that open door to have sex under your roof when she is ready.
When she's ready, yeah, and then soon she's older.
All right, yes.
Everyone keeps mentioning it's the 90s, but nobody is mentioning the fact that there's AIDS in the 90s, and also there's other diseases you can catch.
Right.
And, you know, it seems like all these children have grown up in an environment where they feel like, oh, they have to have sex in order to have a life or
Excuse
something.
me, she didn't grow up in the
Well,
Bible.
obviously, you can teach them something, because, I mean, they're not
No,
like...
she did not.
And the boyfriend's house to probably
The reality of the situation is these kids are probably the norm, not the exception in our country.
So, Ricki, what are these parents going to do? You know, one night the mortuary call say, I need you to come down and identify your kid's body. Because they're out on the streets doing sex. Some guy gets mad, slits that throat. What you going to do? You're going to put your kid in the ground. Get real.
It can happen at your house when you take it home.
You can't get that like that at home. You can't get that at home.
What to think? Coming up next, a 17-year-old boy who says, yes, I'm still a virgin, but I'm going to do it in the house sooner or later, whether his family likes it or not. Don't go away. To have sex in the house, or isn't it? Meet Clyde, his older brother Clifford, and their oldest sister Herrera. Clyde says it is safer for him to have sex in the house. Is that true?
Yeah, in my opinion, it is, because you can go out in the backseat of a car like my brother does, or and I get caught by a cop, or you can go to a hotel and get robbed and then get broke and have no money. Hotel costs so much. I think it'd be safer just for me to either go. If I'm home, it'd be
so what do your parents think about you having sex in the house?
Oh, they're saying, like, hell no, they don't want me doing nothing in the house. Can't have a girl in my room. When I have a girl, I gotta keep her in the front room.
So are you having sex in your parents' house?
Oh no, I'm a virgin.
You're a virgin?
Yeah, but when
The entire audience loves that because you're all not virgins, right? You're psyched that this guy is like saving himself. That's cool to hear. Herrera, what do you think about your brothers? I mean, obviously, one of you, Clifford Jr., you are having sneaking girls in, and from what I understand, you're dating some skanky girls.
No. It's not.
Herrera, that was your cue.
Yeah, okay. Well, personally, I think Clyde needs to keep on saving himself until he gets married.
Yeah.
He's an example for Clyde. Okay, what Cliff is doing is not acceptable by any.
What is Clifford doing?
No, from what I've heard rumors. I don't witness this stuff myself. If I did, I'd get upset.
Okay, what are the rumors? Because we don't know anything.
We said, well, from what I've heard, is that he's having sex in cars. He's having. He's having sex in hotels, wherever he can get it. I guess that's where he does it. But it's
not that bad though. It's not like, you know.
Sex in a car is not bad.
Herrera, what about your situation? You are the oldest of 6, you're 20 years old, and you decided to have sex under your parents' roof.
No, I didn't have sex with my parents. That's not right. I went off to college, and I thought I was just the greatest thing. I was making my own money, going to school, and I decided, I'm ready to have a sexual relationship. Didn't work out. I ended up with a little girl. I don't regret not having her. She's a blessing. I enjoy her, but the responsibility, the financial, the emotional, you will make some more time.
So Herrera, if you had to do it over again, what would you do?
Well, I know what a blessing she is, see, so I can't say I would not. I wouldn't abstain from sex until I got married, of course, that's a given. But I have her now, and you can't look back and say, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. You have to keep on going, you have to keep on pushing.
If a kid is gonna have sex in the house or sex period, and like the parents know about it, the child will have it in the house, because there's no reason you have them like hiding behind their back and like doing this and that.
With the exception of Glenn, what parent is going to okay a 15-year-old having sex under their roof?
That is if they're having sex. If they're having sex.
I don't care if you're having sex in your car, and you can get diseases from anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you have it in your house, you can bring it in the house. That's different. If you're bringing hoochies in the house, you're going to get... You're bringing hoochies anywhere.
The way I see it, you teach your kids to love themselves by abstaining and waiting for that right person.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Ricki.
I don't know if that's the way it goes these days, but that's what I'm going to try to do with my baby. All right, coming up next, find out what Dr. Judy has to say about having sex in the house when we return. The nationally syndicated radio show Love Phones and the author of Generation Sex. Dr. Judy, it's so nice to have you here once again. I can't wait to hear what your viewpoint is on this issue.
Well, you said some really smart things yourself,
I
Ricki.
did. I can see what these, I can see both sides of it. Saying yes and saying no.
Well, the one rationalization is that it's safe. You don't want to be out in cars. You don't want to be out doing dangerous things and getting in trouble. On the other hand, you could consider, if you're old enough to be having sex, then maybe you're old enough to earn some money and have your own apartment and have a place that you can do it in. And I'm really concerned about the parents, because it's not just about the kids. The kids are kids. It's the parents who really need to set the rules and be disciplined. And Belinda, I mean, you've even been suicidal over what's going on with your kids. You were ready to kill yourself over this. What was that about?
One would come tell me she's pregnant. My boy would come and say he had 2 girls pregnant at 13, didn't know for sure.
And so you were going to kill yourself?
Well, I wasn't going to raise no more kids.
Yeah,
it was bad.
See, what really upsets me about this is that parents get so frazzled that they feel like Belinda, they're going to kill themselves over it. When you lose control over your kids are going to lose control and try to take over the house and the bedroom and everything else. Belinda, one of the things that you had a problem with is being consistent. You would say, don't have sex in the house, and then you would let it happen, right?
No, I didn't let it happen.
Well,
but it happened. I mean, 2, 3 in the morning. What am I supposed to stay up all night of it?
Okay, but the thing is, it happened, and that's when you have to take control. You see, if you set rules with kids, whether they're 2 years old or teenagers, because that's when they're trying to break the rules, you have to be consistent about them and say, here are the consequences. So if this happens, these are the consequences, and then you follow through with the consequences. Otherwise, you're lost. So that's what you have to end up doing. And I think a lot of you agree with that. That's
What do you think about Glenn's theory of allowing it to happen under his roof when she's ready?
I think if I had Glenn on the Freudian couch here, I would say that he's a little over-involved in his daughter's life to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, but
I would say that you have a little bit of sadness about not having been with her, a little bit of guilt about not having been doing that, and you're going overboard the other way and really getting too involved with her. The general principle of loving her is fine because she needs that. And with regard To you, I think you could be what we call a second virgin, even though sadly you had sex when you were 9, right, or 11, or when you were really young. You can decide that didn't happen, that you were not making a decision at that time, and start over again. Okay, so I think that's what's really important.
Tom, I want to ask you a question. This lady down here that made your statement long ago about the environment is because of the way they were raised. I want to let you know something. My children was raised with a mother they did not have, and of course before marriage. I raised her that way. I have been with 4 men in my whole life, and they were husbands. Do you understand?
All right, I need to take a break. I'm sorry. Dr. Judy, thank you so much. You're the best. We'll be right back after this. Become apparent that there isn't a clear-cut answer when it comes to allowing a teen to have sex in the home. Every parent needs to make his or her own decision. But what's important is that the parents talk with their children about sex, and please, if you are sexually active out there, be safe and wear a condom. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Promotional fees have been paid by the following.
New York area and want to be a part of our live studio audience, all you have to do is write for tickets. Please include your name, address, and daytime phone number. Write Ricki Lake Tickets, 401 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10016.
On the next Ricki Lake, do you beat up your stepmother?
He has no respect for me.
She hits me first, so I just hit her back.
He's physically abusive towards you.
I am tired of fighting between them. I'm tired of it.
You're young, you gotta learn, you know, you gotta stop. Listen to your mother, respect your mother.
Parents terrorized by their teens. Can they turn the tables and take control? Next Ricki Lake.